Karma, and today I'm going to be doing part 0. I mean, not part 0, part 1, or part 2 if you count part 0 to what if Deku had Raiden's abilities. And before I actually start the what if, or start this part, I need your guys' feedback on something. So I'm gonna be pulling up a poll, and what this poll is gonna mean, what this poll is for, is that I'm thinking of redoing part 0 to this series because I think that it's kind of mediocre. Like, next, I just started, but I feel like I dragged it on too much. So, and I studied a lot and stuff. So, I'm gonna be pulling up a poll on this video to see if you guys want me to redo it. Anyway, let's get to the what if. Alright, so in this one, like after, like in the last part, I explained everything about what happened to Deku and how Deku, like the Patriots, they found out about Deku's chip in his brain, and yeah, so what they do, like how the doctors implanted the chip in his brain, and they kidnap Deku and kill his mom, and then they train Deku to be a killer, and now, like, they put a lock in his brain. The lock eventually gets destroyed, and then he remembers everything. They put a lock in his memories. He remembers everything, and now he escaped. He abandoned the Patriots, and they aren't too happy about this. So, yes, and then people said, like, I put a poll on the last part, and saying, like, should I add Metal Gears to this what if? And I don't think a lot of people like got it. So I'm gonna be actually, I'm actually gonna redo. I'm gonna put that poll on this video, so I can, so you get you guys feedback on that as well. Anyway, let's get to the actual story. So, what Deku did after he abandoned the Patriots is that he bought a house with the money they gave him, because he had like a lot of money, because they gave him the money like for missions, because like they're a rich organization. I'm gonna say that they have about 1 billion yen. They gave him about 1 billion yen. So for the mission, what he did is that he took this money, abandoned Patriots, and then so he bought a house, and the Patriots, they educated him, like advanced. So he doesn't really need to go to school, but he can go to school if he chooses to. And I'm gonna say that he does go to school, and he goes to the same school that Bakugo does. Actually, never mind. Scratch that. He doesn't go to school. I mean, he does go to school, but he does online school. So, yes, so he can get caught up on some of the things that, like, because the Patriots taught him, like, the old method of doing, like, stuff. So, he's trying to get the new method up. So, yeah. And then, what Deku does is that, like, this is about a month before the anime starts, like before. So, so he gets everything, and then like he like lies low, He didn't want. Yeah, he didn't want to. Like, he didn't want to get caught by the Patriots. So, like, he changes his appearance. And what his appearance looks like is that it looks like. So it looks like him, what he looks like in the anime, except he looks older, and his green hair, that's like darker, it's like a more darker green. Oh, sorry. So yeah, it's more darker shade of green, and his eyes are a little bit dimmer. So yeah, and then after the month, so we're now in the start of the anime. What happens to Deku is that he he's going grocery shopping, and then what's it called? Yeah, and then he's like going to go get groceries. Then he hears a scream or a shout in a tunnel. It's like a dark tunnel. And he looks into the tunnel. He's like, pops his head, like a little of his head, so he can see. And he sees a slime thing, latching on to a girl. And then he sees this. So what Deku does is that. So this is what he wears, like under his normal clothes. And this is like what his body looks like in his cyborg mode. So yeah. So he goes into his cyborg mode and he gets, yeah. So he takes off his like clothes, goes into his cyborg mode, and then he's like really fast. What he does is that he blitzes them. He like really fast, and like it's so fast that like literally. The slime monster didn't have any time to notice, and then what Deku did is that he went through the slime villain, and then like so he goes through the slime villain, gets the girl, and then and then he like runs with the girl, and while this is happening. Like the slime was just dumbfounded because of like what happened. He's like, "What the heck? What happened?" And then like the Deku, like he like gets her like to a safe distance, and then he asks the girl, "What happened? What happened?" Yeah. And the girl's like, "I don't know. I was just walking to that tunnel, and that slime thing caught me, and then it said, 'Let me get your body. Let me take control of you.'" And then he latched onto her, and then Deku, he's just like, "Oh, well, you're safe now. Okay." And then like Deku's like just like gonna like walking off. Like yeah, so so and Deku and the girl asks what his name is. And then he says, "My name is Izuku Jack Midoriya." And he goes by the name Jack because that's the name the Patriots gave him, and he liked that name, so he put it as like his middle name, Izuku Jack Midoriya. So yeah, and then he says, while we're at the at the point of introductions, "What's your name?" And the girl says, "My name is Ochaka Uraraka." And he's like, "That's a nice name. Bye." And then he's like, "Can you walk fine?" It's like, "Yes." All right. He said, "All right, goodbye." And he just walks off. And then, so he's going back to the grocery store. And then yeah, he goes back to he's going back to get some groceries, and then he hears an explosion because like the sludge villain, he just escaped. So he had time to escape, and then he got Bakugo, and then Deku, he heard an explosion. He's like wondering what's happening now, and he's like, come on. Alright, so, and then he like runs to the where the explosion came from. And then, yes. So, Deku, he just like runs to where it happened, where the explosion was, and then he sees a big crowd, and then he walks through the crowd, and he sees heroes, and he sees the same slime villain that the girl was in. He's like, oh, crap. Now, I think I shouldn't have let him get away. And Deku then sees a boy. He has spiky hair, he has red eyes, and he has an explosion quirk. He's like, oh. And I'm gonna say that Deku has facial recognition because of the chip in his brain. And he looks at the dude, at the boy, and then he sees, and then it says, identity confirmed, Katsuki Bakugo. Like, oh, that's Kachan? Bakugo? He's like, oh, well, I guess I need to save him. And then Deku, he literally blitz. Yeah, he like he had his clothes on, then he like gets out of the area. He goes into like a nearby like alleyway, and he takes off his clothes, and he's like now in this again. And then Deku, he what's it called? So he dashes to where Bakugo is, and then he jumps over the crowd, and he wall runs, and then he has his sword out kind of like this, and then he's running, and he has the same thing that Raiden has on his left eye. It's the exact same thing. Like, he has it on, and then they're just wondering, who is he? And then slime villain, he's like, wait, is that him again? Yeah, so he's wall running, and then what he does is that he goes through the slime villain again and pulls out Bakugo. And so what Deku does, and then he puts Bakugo on the floor, and then Deku's like, so I think I might have to fix my mistake that I did earlier. And so I let you go. Now I feel like you need a deserving punishment. And then he he holds up his blade in front of the sludge villain. And the sludge villain laughs, like, oh, what's that puny blade gonna do to me? I'll just go through it, and it won't hurt me. And Deku's like, yes, the blade might not, my electricity will. And then what he does is that he puts electricity through the blade, all the way through the blade, and then he dashes toward the sludge villain, and then he slashes the sludge villain, and it actually hurts the sludge villain because of that electricity. And what Deku does is that he goes in front of the sludge villain, puts his blade up. He's kind of in blade mode, and then he slices the sludge villain into tiny different pieces. This hurts the sludge villain because it's electricity. The blade isn't hurting him, but the electricity is. He's like, ah. And then Deku says, At least now I fixed my mistake from earlier. And then what he does is that he goes in, like, after that, he, like, does a backflip. Then he turns around. And then he does what Raiden does, like in Metal Gear Rising. And then he like puts the, like, he like cleans the blade, like, on his, like, wrist. And then he like puts it back. He slowly puts it back in his sheath on his side. And then the soldier villain just, like, passed out. And then everyone's just, like, shocked because that just happened really fast. And then, yeah, so anyway, yeah. And then, like, All Might, he sees this. He's, like, wondering, so that's the kid. So that kid, he did it. Like, yeah, so All Might, he's just wondering what. So, yes, and then, like, the media actually swarms Deku. And, like they're just asking, oh, what's your name? What's your name? What's your quirk? Where are you from? Are you from around here? And Deku's just like, he's just, like, walking away. And then they asked, what's your name? And then Deku says, you can call me Raiden, the cyborg ninja. And he, like, wall runs. Like, he jumps on a wall and, like, wall runs, like, on the roof. And he's like runs away and jumps away. And then, like, and then they're like, alright, who is this Raiden? And, like, he's, like, all on media. And, like, it's, like, on the news and stuff. And then what Deku, he goes on the, like, he puts his clothes back on. And then he, like, walks. He's, like, walking away. And then All Might catches up to him. And he tries to explain. Like, he, like, says, do you want to be? I saw what you did there. It was very heroic of you. And then, like, Deku, and All Might says, I would like to give my quirk to you. And then Deku's like, and then, like, after he said that, All Might refers to his Small Might form. And Deku's like, wait a minute, are you an imposter? And then, yeah, that scene, he's like, no, I'm the real All Might. And then he pulls up his shirt, and, like, Deku sees the injury. And he's like, yeah, that's basically what happened, but like a little later on. So, yeah. And All Might offers Deku one for all. And Deku declines this. There's a specific reason why. And Deku's like, just like, no, I don't want it. And All Might's like, wait, what? Why? And then Deku's just like, well, you see, one for all enhances your physical abilities, but will it work for my cybernetic enhancements? Because yeah, and I feel like it would, if like Deku did take it, like, it would, like, but, like, it wouldn't really work as well as, like, human, like, without the cybernetic enhancements, because, well, it's like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like it would, like, damage the cybernetic enhancements, and it would work better with, like, normal human, like, it was like a normal human, not a cyborg. And then what happens to Deku? That he says, All Might offers to train him, and then he's gonna decline, but then he thinks, maybe it's not a bad idea. And Deku's like, sure. And then that's where we're gonna leave it off. And I basically did what I was trying not to do. And I just kept mumbling and rambling on and on. So yeah. So I'm gonna put a poll on this video. I'm gonna be starting another video after this one. So yes. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. No, like later in the next video. So yeah, I want to be doing a poll. 2 polls. One is, should I redo this one? I mean, part 0. Another one is, should I add Metal Gears in this story? Because I feel like it would be really interesting. So yeah, and I guess I'll see you in the next video, and bye bye.